Is Ethan a bad boy, or is he just misunderstood?
Absolutely, totally misunderstood.
Is that on?
Can you hear us? No.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, I'm just going to have to do some vocal projection. I think he's. I think he's just a product of being very let down by what happened to him, and then the environment that he found himself in just turned him into someone who just wanted to express rage. And he's done some bad things, but I mean, come on, look where he ended up. He's. I'm sure his mother's not proud of him. He's a bad boy.
Okay, does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? Straight away.
We've had Ethan, who's already had family ties, of course, within the series, but because there is all these portals of time, etc. Is there any more family ties that we weren't looking at or not expecting? I mean, we've just found out he's from the future. I'm never good with names, sorry.
That's right, Matt.
Matt's from the future, so is there any possible ties with anybody like Connor and Abby within the series?
Well, he's sufficiently far in the future that, of course, there is that wonderful fact, you go back to King Charlemagne and we're all related to him. So I'm sure that Connor is probably Matt's great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, but no, nothing's going to come out in the immediate future like that. I mean, we met Matt's dad last week, and we find out a long-running story from the last series that Danny's brother didn't disappear. But we're not immediately planning another relative return.
Anyone else? So, there's one of it. Sorry.
What's happened to Sid and Nancy, and what are we going to see them again?
Sid and Nancy are in the menagerie. They're keeping their heads down because there's also a Dracorex in there. They don't want to cause any trouble. We saw the mammoth again, but no, I think when we first started the series, we thought we might make a big thing out of the menagerie, but it kind of just never, over and above Abby going back there again, it never really bubbled up as a very strong story. So Sid and Nancy are there, but just not visible.
Anyone?
Are you worried about including elements from the future and it becoming much more of a time travel show rather than a show based around time interfering with our day-to-day lives because of the whole inclusion of characters with foreknowledge of the whole of mankind, obviously?
There has been a theme from the beginning. I mean, you're quite right, we keep it, as I said before, as simple as possible. But if you think about it, what Matt is talking about does represent the same theme as Helen. Helen thought that the Ark, in fact she thought Cutter had destroyed the future originally, and she had seen it, she came back, killed him, that didn't work, and because she couldn't work out who it was, unlike Matt, she thought the best policy was to destroy the whole of mankind, just to be safe. Matt comes back, same problem, the future is sterile, what can we do to stop it? So that's what this series continues to resolve.
Hi, I just wondered where the prison was. That location.
Kilmainham Jail, that was.
Yeah, Kilmainham Jail in Dublin. So it's it is one of their sort of 8 or 9 national treasures, and they very kindly let us shoot there for 2 very short days, from about 5 o'clock in the evening last summer until about midnight. So they pride themselves about taking everyone through their history there. So we had to go in that for run around very quickly, shoot all those scenes that you saw. It's the same location. They used the Italian job back in about 1968.
For film buffs, Noel Coward walking down the stairs,
Mr. Bridger, you remember. So look that one up. But it was happy histories. Delighted to be able to film it.
Hello again. I just wondered, the future that Matt describes, is that the one that's represented in the series already, where all the giant bots are flying around and everything?
No, it's a little bit later than that. Essentially, you've got to imagine us turning into Mars. That's sort of what goes on.
So that's like a stage in the progression?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
Well, you've seen clips.
You've seen clips. There was a beginning of episode 1, he recorded in his lab, and there's a lovely, beautiful matte painting shot of like the Grand Canyon with sort of heat mask all over it. And then obviously Gideon was dreaming about it just before the
And
snap.
he calls it home.
He calls it home and it passes on the previous episode of this.
Okay, I think we've probably got time for one more question. Well, actually, we've got two over here, so do two.
The co-production deal that you put together to make this new season, do you think that is repeatable? And if worst case scenario it turns out not to be, and the next batch of episodes that we see on Watch are the last ones, will it feel like the story has reached some kind of conclusion, or will you be left?
All right, well, I can spend about half an hour telling you about the first one, which would be very dull for most people. I think it is repeatable depending on the success of the series in lots of different markets. That's the problem. Big co-production thing, it might do fantastically in one market, it doesn't, the other people don't want it, they pull out, you haven't got the whole budget. But anyway, we shall see about that. I think we've given a satisfactory ending to this show. Lots and lots of things are answered. And as Tim indicated earlier, there is a lovely hook at the end, and I think that was the best policy to go forward. So it won't get anyone like the end of the last series going, hold on, not half your people are up trees. It's more complete than that.
One last question. Lady here?
Nice arc outfit.
Thank you. Jonathan, your character is deliciously evil. What was your favourite scene or episode to shoot? It was a great shootout scene.
Episode 7 is my favourite scene. Probably would have been with Jason in the cell, because the two of us we had a lot of fun with that one. And also because they gave me a Walther PPK with live ammo. That were blanks. But, and they gave me a laser. And it was just, that was a fun 2
You
weeks.
quite enjoyed dispensing perhaps with Becca?
Oh yes, and Becker did get it in the ass. I'm sorry about that.
I think we don't quite know how lethal these weapons can be at close range, so...
Was that actually in the script, or did you just do that anyway?
No, Ben annoyed me.
You had it coming to, don't you think? No?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Tim, and Jonathan. It's been fantastic to hear about the episode, and it was a great episode, great finale, and it'll be a bit hard waiting for the next one, I think. Cool. Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.